I'm just starting to realize that apparently that's a trend in this list so far. You know those books that just leave their mark? The ones that you would do anything to read for the first time all over again? These are 5 of those books for me. I know this might be controversial, but number 5 on my list is Throne of Glass. I know a lot of people consider this to be Sarah J. Maas's like weakest work. It is like, you know, her first series, but I love that whole series. But there's just something to me that's so special about Throne of Glass itself. This book was such a vibe. We've got like the epic fantasy aspect, romance elements, and there's like, you know, mystery, almost kind of like horror elements going on. I'm actually going to be starting my Throne of Glass reread soon, and I'm so excited to reread this book specifically because it's such a vibe. I'm sorry, like I said, it might be controversial. I know not everyone loves this series or this book specifically. It's such a special book, and I said what I said. Number 4 is Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoux. Listen, I love this whole trilogy, but this first book, it's so good. We're getting into paranormal romance, demon romance, monster romance territory here, and it's spicy. Okay, the spice is spicing, and I always recommend this book to people who want spice, who are wanting something spicy, and who are okay with, you know, demon lovers, but they're also wanting like a story, because that's Her Soul to Take. Okay, it is so good. The spice is spicing, it's hot, it's sexy, but there's this mystery thriller, again, horror vibe also going on in here. There's, you know, the town is absolutely wackadoo. There's, you know, ritual sacrifice, and like the plot is plotting and the spice is spicing, and I just cannot recommend this enough. It was actually the first paranormal romance that I picked up when I started reading again a couple years ago, and I'm actually probably going to reread this one soon. I think maybe in like September, if I could wait that long, because it's so good. I recommend this to everybody. And this is my favorite book in the trilogy, and if I could just read it again for the first time, like just wipe my mind, that would be fantastic, because it's good, shocking, and good. Number 3 is Alchemised by SenLinYu. I know that this is another controversial book, but I love this book, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why. First, I read this book when it came out back in October. It did take me 10 days to read this book because, one, she's big. I think I was reading a couple other books at the time, and she's a heavy read. So I made myself take my time and not rush it. It's so good. A lot of people call this a romantasy. I'm not so sure that I would call Alchemized a romantasy. But I could see why some people do, but I would say it's not just a romantasy. Okay, this is also dark fantasy, gothic fantasy. I would say it's more of like a gothic romance, or, you know, it's good, but it's heavy. I know some people think that this book is glorifying some problematic things. I actually read it as the opposite. I read this book as having social commentary on a lot of different things, including war, healthcare, colonization, so much more. Those are just a few. That's barely scratching the surface of the commentary that I feel like is in this book, and it was so good, and the ending made me so uncomfortable, but I think I feel the way that SenLinYu wanted me to feel. I think that this book is a masterpiece, in my opinion. You don't have to agree, but I felt like it was such intriguing and great social commentary. And the whole story between, you know, Cain and Helena is just wow. Number 2, we've got Sarah J. Maas again with Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. I love the whole Crescent City series. There's a lot happening. It does kind of feel like a fever dream when I reflect back on it, but I love them, especially this first book. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm a sucker generally for the first book in a series. It's most of the time my favorite book in the series. But I love this. So we are in like urban fantasy territory. There's definitely some romance element. I think that definitely gets stronger as the series goes, but there's, you know, urban fantasy, romantasy, and then this also has that mystery thriller element. I'm just starting to realize that apparently that's a trend in this list so far. There's like murder mystery going on. Hunt Athalar is one of my top book boyfriends. Apparently that's a little controversial. Not everybody loves Hunt, but he's my favorite book boyfriend in the Mossverse. I love him so much. And I love Bryce. She is such a baddie, and I mean, the way she pretty much just runs circles around everybody, I love her. I love her. I love so much about this book. It is honestly probably one of SJM's best works. I think this is fun, intriguing, engaging. It's a vibe, and there's so much to look at and pick apart, especially if you are someone who likes to like theorize or analyze the Mossverse. Like, this just adds even more layers to what's already been happening in the rest of the universe. The number one book that I would wipe my memory to read again is Fourth Wing. I love this so much, and if you're rolling your eyes because I know this is super basic, just stop and hear me out, okay? This is why I love Fourth Wing. For one, I first read this book back in August of 2024, and it was the first romantasy I ever picked up when I started reading again, and I read this book in one day. I inhaled it, I consumed it, and then I immediately read Iron Flame, and then I reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before Onyx Storm came out in January of last year. So I have read Fourth Wing 3 times, Iron Flame twice, and Onyx Storm only once. I do plan on continuing my reread some point in the future, but let's dive into all the reasons why I love this book. Now, this is your standard romantasy. When I think of romantasy, I do think that Fourth Wing is a good option. I also feel like it falls into epic fantasy as well, and it's always going to be special to me, probably being my first romantasy that I've ever read. But also, I resonate so much with Violet's character, and I know that there's a lot of elements in Violet's character that come from Rebecca's real life, her own diagnoses, and I love Violet's character, and I love how much this book is about, you know, accommodation and like figuring it out, right? It might be harder for you, or you might have to do things differently, but you can still do it. And I love that aspect of Violet's character. I feel like this book has it all, okay? It's got spice and romance, it's got adventure, it's got dragons, and it's got all sorts of commentary. It's got disability and chronic disease rep with Violet, as well as other characters as we go in the series. There's commentary on the military, especially the military in government. I feel like there's some healthcare commentary. There's so much going on into loving this book. There's also commentary and representation in regards to addiction, in my opinion, when we're looking at the Venin. Again, I just feel like Fourth Wing has it all. You could read Fourth Wing to really dive into the different commentaries. You could read Fourth Wing just as a vibe or a mixture of both. In my opinion, this book has it all. And of course, I love Xaden. He's like my top book boyfriend. Love him, love Violet. Those are the top 5 books that I would have my mind wiped to reread, and apparently I have a type. If you're a mood reader like me and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and give me a follow, like, share with a friend, and comment what is one book that you would absolutely have your mind wiped to read for the first time all over again.